The program examines the relationship between corporate governance and risk management, emphasizing the importance of oversight, accountability, and ethical leadership within financial institutions. Corporate governance refers to the framework of policies, procedures, and responsibilities that guide how an organization is directed and controlled. Strong governance structures help firms align management decisions with shareholder interests while protecting creditors, customers, employees, and regulators. The program explains that ineffective governance has contributed to numerous financial disasters, including excessive risk-taking, accounting fraud, and operational failures. Effective governance establishes transparency, promotes ethical conduct, and ensures that organizations maintain sustainable risk-taking practices consistent with long-term strategic objectives and regulatory expectations. A central responsibility of corporate governance is defining the organization's risk appetite and ensuring that risk-taking activities remain within approved limits. Boards of directors and senior management must communicate clear expectations regarding acceptable exposure levels across market risk, credit risk, liquidity risk, operational risk, legal risk, and reputational risk. The program stresses that governance frameworks should support both strategic growth and financial stability. Boards are responsible for overseeing management decisions, approving risk policies, and monitoring enterprise-wide exposures. They must also ensure that incentive structures do not encourage excessive short-term risk-taking at the expense of long-term sustainability. Clear governance structures strengthen accountability and improve the firm's ability to identify and respond to emerging threats. The topic also highlights the importance of independence and separation of responsibilities within governance systems. Failures such as the Enron scandal demonstrated the dangers of weak board oversight, conflicts of interest, and concentration of authority. The program explains that combining the roles of chief executive officer and board chairman may reduce effective supervision because management essentially monitors itself. Independent directors, internal auditors, compliance officers, and external auditors play essential roles in maintaining accountability and objectivity. Governance systems should encourage transparent reporting, ethical behavior, and open communication throughout the organization. Strong oversight mechanisms help identify inappropriate activities early, reduce fraud risk, and strengthen confidence among regulators, investors, counterparties, and the broader financial market. Topic focuses on implementing effective risk governance frameworks across the enterprise. Risk governance refers to the processes, organizational structures, and reporting systems used to manage risk consistently throughout the firm. A key component of implementation is establishing clear reporting lines and assigning responsibility for identifying, measuring, monitoring, and controlling risks. Many institutions appoint a chief risk officer to coordinate enterprise-wide risk oversight and ensure that risk management activities remain aligned with strategic objectives. The program emphasizes that risk governance must be integrated into daily business operations rather than treated as a separate compliance function. Effective implementation requires active participation from senior management, operational teams, and the board of directors. Risk governance implementation also depends heavily on data quality, risk reporting, and communication systems. Institutions must aggregate risk information accurately and provide timely reporting to decision-makers during both normal operations and periods of financial stress. The Basel Committee emphasizes that risk data should be comprehensive, adaptable, and reliable to support strategic decisions and regulatory compliance. Stress testing and scenario analysis are important tools used to evaluate how severe economic events could affect organizational performance. Effective reporting systems allow management to identify concentrations of risk, monitor liquidity conditions, and respond proactively to changing market environments. Strong data governance therefore enhances transparency, operational efficiency, and the institution's ability to maintain financial resilience during crises. The program concludes by emphasizing that risk governance is fundamentally linked to organizational culture and ethical behavior. A strong risk culture ensures that employees at all levels understand the institution's risk appetite, compliance responsibilities, and governance expectations. Senior leadership must promote integrity, accountability, and transparency through consistent actions and incentives. Weak risk cultures often encourage excessive risk-taking, concealment of losses, or manipulation of reporting systems, contributing to major financial failures. Effective governance frameworks therefore combine quantitative risk measurement with ethical standards, internal controls, independent oversight, and continuous education. Ultimately, successful risk governance implementation strengthens stakeholder confidence, supports regulatory compliance, improves strategic decision-making, and protects the organization from financial, operational, and reputational harm.